Hi, John from the home recording studio here. Today I'm going to show you how to create watermarks for your tracks that you're going to send to stock music libraries. So the main library that requires watermarks is Audio Jungle. There are some others that require watermarks, and also perhaps if you are either selling your own tracks or putting your own tracks up on YouTube or other social media and you want to protect them, then you would want to make your own watermark for that so that other people can't copy your tracks. Now I'm going to show you two ways to do this. One is the free way, which you can just do simply in your own DAW, and the other is using an app called AG Watermark Generator. So let's first of all show you the free way. And so the best way to do this in your DAW, so I'm using Logic, is just to drag in or import in the Audio Jungle loop. So if you're not sure where to find the Audio Jungle watermark, you should be able to find it if you go to upload a new item and next. And if you want to go to the upload instructions here, there's a link that you can follow. Now the watermark, if we just scroll down, create your audio preview. So it says here the watermark is available in two forms for your convenience: single sample and 1 minute loop. So the 1 minute loop will be the best for what we're doing right now, but you might also want to download the single sample as well, and we'll show you that later. So click on the 1 minute loop and it just downloads. So back in Logic, I've got my AJ loop here, which is the watermark. If you just drag that in from Finder and drop that into a blank space, and that will create a new track, and that plays a loop.
Audio Jungle.
You can simply loop this region to the length of your track. And if you've got any edit versions, you would also have to copy that over, obviously trim the loop. So you would have to do that for each version of the mix and then export that out of Logic. So if you did have any gaps between each mix on the Logic timeline, then you would have to delete those gaps because the customer wouldn't want huge gaps in between each mix. But that essentially is the free way of creating a watermark. I'll now show you the easy way and the way that I generate all my watermarks, and it's using this handy app called AG Watermark Generator. The pricing is $39.90 in dollars for a single user. It's still a reasonable price for what this app does, and it saves me a lot of time. So let me just show you quickly what I do. If I just remove any watermarks that are there to begin with. So you can create your own templates. There are some templates within this menu that are provided with the app, but I created my own template called JC Audio Jungle Watermark. When you choose the template, you have to click load, and then all that has done is load in the single watermark in. Now the reason I use the single watermark rather than the loop is that sometimes very short edits and perhaps stingers and sound effects are often shorter than the AJ watermark loop. So I always use a single, but within AG Watermark Generator, you have the control over looping yourself. So I have chosen to start the first watermark after 5 seconds, repeat after 10 seconds, and then you do have an option for silence between tracks. Now this depends on how many tracks you are providing the watermark for. So in my example for this track, I've got 3 different mixers. And so let's just bring those in. So I just want the WAV files. So even if you've done MP3 versions, don't use them for the watermark. It's best to use WAV files. So I'll just drag the WAV files in, and I can rearrange the order of these tracks in the preview. So I want my main track first, the 60-second version second, and the loop version last. And at this point you can play them back. What I can do is just check that the Audio Jungle watermark is loud enough. If not, I can change the volume here to boost it a bit louder. What you'd want to do at this stage is merge the output files. So if I was to leave it as it is, it would create separate previews for each of my tracks. But we don't want to do that because, as you will probably know, when you create a preview for Audio Jungle and you have multiple mixers, you need to create a preview with all of those different mixers in. So we're going to merge the output file. We're going to keep the quality or the format as MP3. The quality I always leave at the highest rate, which is 320 kilobits per second. And you do have the option to choose a suffix, so it will add this to the end of the file name to distinguish it. But I can't actually change that at the moment because of my merge output file option. If I untick that, it will let me add in something to the end of the file name. I just have the word preview in there, sometimes put an underscore. Because we are merging the output file, it won't let us choose that. So I'll show you what happens next. So I just hit let's go, and now it will let me provide a name for the preview. So put in the word preview at the end of the file, hit OK. So if we close that and go to my folder with all my tracks, so you can see here it's created the track name and it's put preview at the end. So now you can upload that to Audio Jungle, and it's as simple as that really. AG watermark generator, it's a great little app. Like I say, it saves me a lot of time. If you're generating a lot of watermarks, then this is a really handy app to have. I hope this video has been of use to you, and if you'd like to just hit the subscribe button or like this video, then that would be fantastic. If you want to know some more information, check out my website, which is the homerecordingstudio.com, and I'm sure I'll see you next time.